What's up, y'all? It's your girl V with Reality Recap. It's your midday tea talk today. And today we are discussing Basketball's LA latest episode. Miss BBW said, "Hey, let's talk about it." Can you guys hear me okay? Let me make sure. Let me know. Can you hear me all right? I think you can. I think you can. Well, thank you for joining me for today's midday tea talk. Again, today we're here to talk about Basketball Wives LA. Um, Last night's episode, we're gonna touch a little bit on the tea. Thank you, Fresh 12, for checking in. You can hear me. Thank you very much. Attorney Simone, thank you for stopping by. I'm very interested, Miss Attorney Simone. What did you find out about Mr. Christian Gold, honey? Let's talk about it. I saw that Attorney Simone said Carlos King is interviewing Jennifer in her scammer boo right now. I saw, I'm going to tune in as soon as I'm done here. I did just see that. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's get into last night's episode. Talk about it. Talk about the tea with Jen. Your thoughts on Brooke and Brandy and their friendship. Is Brooke looking for yes men? Is Brandy being a hater? I want to get your thoughts. A lot of you have already commented on the episode highlight that I put for you up earlier. So make sure you take a look at that. But we're going to get into it and discuss everything. So starting with the episode last night, Jen talks to Evelyn about Christian being stressed about his restitution. She was saying that she has the movie premiere coming. She has the wedding coming up. Christian's very stressed. She's trying to be supportive of him with his $250,000 restitution, allegedly. Let's talk about that a little bit. Miss BBW81 said Brandy definitely being a hater. Yeah, it's a fine line between being a good friend and a hater. And I don't know, sometimes Brandy is tiptoeing on each side, but we're going to get into it. But let me just bring it to you here. I'm going to go over this and then we're going to leave it be. I will say I noticed that Evelyn stopped by my page this week. She actually started following me. She DM'd me and said, thank you for the support, that I'm doing a good job. I also let you guys know that Vanessa Ryder stopped past my page this past weekend. You guys know Vanessa was on the last season. She did some investigating on Jen's fiance, and the group got upset with her. They really wasn't feeling her, so she didn't return. But she stopped by as well, seeing the receipts that I had got in my DM that I did validate. But she saw my receipts and said, "I told y'all, give me my flowers." So just a few things that have transpired this week. I feel like Evelyn stopped by my page, not to just tell me hello when I'm doing a good job, but you can tell in the episode she's on to something's not right with this situation with Jen's fiance. So let's just get into it. So I did let you guys know last week, after my podcast episode last Thursday, I received some receipts from a very loyal follower that I did go validate. But we did locate, there was a warrant out there just filed earlier this month around August 9th for the arrest of Christian. And in this warrant, his name is Walden, which we know now he goes by Christian Gold. So it seems like he has changed his name. But there was a warrant out there saying that he traveled outside of the United States without permission from his parole officer. It also detailed in the warrant that the evidence of him traveling out of the country was due to pictures or photos posted on his fiance's page, which is Jen, where she did post, and it's noted in the warrant that they went to Switzerland as well as Italy. So that warrant was out there. Trying to figure out, is she going to address it? Is he going to address it? Because their wedding is coming up on September 14th. So they're getting married in Paris fairly soon. So not sure what's going to happen here. Other receipts that I put on my page for you guys show that his restitution doesn't seem to be $250,000. It's more like $12,000. So I was saying, I don't know, has he lied to her to try to get money from her? Is he scamming? Did it incur interest? Because I also got the receipts showing that he has only made one payment on the restitution of about $54 back in 2018. He was given this restitution, I think, in 2015, but that he only paid $54 towards the restitution. So there was also paperwork showing that he's behind on the restitution, that it was only $12,000, that his last name seems to have changed from Gold to Walden. So, you heard Evelyn at the beginning, like, well, if he has this restitution, does that mean he's guilty? Yeah, girl, he was convicted. That's how he got the restitution. Attorney Simone, that just was on here ago, she actually did a full video on what was happening, and it seemed like he was convicted of I forget what it is off the top of my head, but it was like basically almost not kidnapping, but holding someone captive, or like imprisonment type situation, where he wouldn't allow the woman to leave, his ex-girlfriend or whatever they were at the time. She ended up jumping off a balcony to get away from him and broke both legs. Yes, that's what it was. DV, false imprisonment. Thank you, Prim. She jumped off a balcony, she broke both her legs, and she was in a wheelchair for some time. So I'm assuming that the restitution is probably for her medical bills, her stress, and damage to her was what the restitution was for. But it definitely wasn't $250,000. So many comments. Let me see. Sativa said the fact he wasn't held up when it's in the system when you on probation, so traveling they can see it. Yeah, they saw it. The warrant said that they saw it on Jen's page. They saw the pictures of him in Switzerland and Italy on Jen's page. Sativa said he should have taken the $12K and paid it off, Mr. Gold. And she said, laugh out loud, $54. I'm screaming, yeah, that's what it showed, his only payment. And it says they coming after Jen. Watch. Yeah, I don't know. They usually, now I saw that on Love After Lockup and another couple where they can't come after your spouse or whoever you marry for the restitution. Like, your restitution is your restitution. They don't seem to do that. But yeah, definitely was. It's a lot going on here that I'm concerned for Jen. Honestly, never want to be laughing or seeing nobody go through this, but she clearly does not know him well enough to be marrying him. She didn't even know the amount of his restitution until like 2-3 episodes ago. And she's getting ready to marry him in less than 3 weeks now. So I just hope, like I said, Evelyn, as soon as I saw Evelyn started following me yesterday, I said, uh-oh. And then she DM'd me and said, oh, you're doing such a great job. No, we know why you're here, Ev. We know what you're trying to get into. So go on, get the tea and go and get your hours of investigation and figure it out. But that's how we started off the episode, just Jen talking about Christian's restitution and seeing Evelyn really be skeptical of it. Like, she really needs to take a look into that. I really want her to figure this out for her friend. Steve said Jen's relationship has been whack. First it was the drink in the face. Yeah, all her relationships, the husband was cheating and threw the drink in her face. Then the guy stole her Range Rover. She had a whole documentary about that. And then here you are again with someone else that something in the milk ain't clean. I don't know. So, yeah, like I really want her to take her time. Jen, clearly, she's a bougie one. She doesn't have any street smarts, and she really needs to figure that out. But yeah, that is all the tea we have. Now, I have put that out there. Like I said, Vanessa Ryder, she stopped past my page too. She commented on the receipts that I posted saying, like, I told y'all, give me my flowers. So I went ahead and commented and gave her flowers in the comments. But she said karma does not play. Okay, so clearly she had already dug this up, as we knew from the previous season as well. Prim said her picker is broken. But yeah, we'll see how this unfolds. And yeah, it does look like Carlos King has an interview going right now with with Christian and Jen that he just posted an exclusive interview. So I will definitely be going to watch that ASAP and see if anything is addressed there as well. But I did just see that before I came live today for Midday Tea Talk. Also in this episode, the ladies threw Brooke an Independence Day party because you know that she's divorced, but also in a serious relationship, but I guess not married again, so still independent. But they threw an Independence Day party. Before she got there, the group was talking about Kevin. Kevin is Brooke's new man. She went on one weekend, whirlwind weekend with him, and they came back deciding that they were going to not only be in a relationship, but look to move into it with each other, purchase a house, get married, all of the above. Just really, really fast movement for Brooke. So all of the group was kind of like, oh, we happy he making her happy. And Brandy was the one saying, like, this is way too fast. Like, how do you get divorced and married in the same year? She said she didn't want that for her. She wanted her to slow down and kind of get to know the guy before she moves too fast. Now, I will say the rest of the group was sitting there quiet, but I feel like some of them have the same concerns. I don't know what it is. Some people say, excuse me, the group is scared of Brooke. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they're just tippy-toeing around her feelings because they know, you know, she lost her daughter and they want to kind of be there and supportive. Maybe some of them do just feel like, hey, if you like it, I love it. But in that scene particularly, I didn't feel like Brandy was saying anything wrong or malicious. She was really being a concerned friend and just wanting to see her friend kind of think through what she's going through. And you know, with this relationship, she literally just met him, so I didn't really see anything wrong. But you know, in that instance, everybody else was just sitting there real quiet. We did see Brooke mom come in as well, and her mom was saying, hey, you know, who are we to say how quickly or how, you know, how slow things should go? If she wants to do it, we, you know, she should do it. And then quickly after that said, coming from somebody that's a two-time divorcee. So not sure she's the right person to be taking any advice from. But hey, I mean, I'm divorced once and married again, so you never know. And I feel like I took my time and still it was terrible the first marriage. So I don't know, it's to each his own. But I didn't feel like in that scene, let me say that Brandy wasn't kind of just throwing shade. She was actually genuinely concerned, is how I felt. But outside of that, during the Independence Party, I just want to say, Brooke Mama know how to party, y'all. Like, she was lit. She was turned. You would have thought she was the one that got divorced. She was so turned at that party. Well, not the say she had the Don Julio shots. I was cracking up. But I definitely thought that she had a ball at the party. Also at the Independence Party, Giselle pulled Brooke aside to ask Brooke to officiate her wedding. That she was getting married soon, and she wanted Brooke to officiate the wedding. Anybody else was confused by that? Why Brooke to officiate the wedding? I get that they have become friends over, I guess, last season and this season of being on the show. She doesn't have family in LA, so Brooke is like the closest thing. So why not like her be your maid of honor or something? I mean, again, it was a small wedding. They didn't really have a full wedding party. It seems like she had her goddaughter and her son in the wedding only. But I just was a little confused by that. And how did Brooke get certified to officiate a wedding so quickly, or was she already? I don't know. But, excuse me, I just thought that was just extremely confusing to me. I don't know. I just had that in my notes. I literally wrote in my notes, confused face in parentheses. So, I don't know. You guys tell me your thoughts on that. But I was just like, why the officiant? I'm not sure. It's not like they were in a small town where, you know, gay marriage is not really accepted, or maybe a preacher wouldn't do it for them. They were in LA, so I really didn't think it was hard to find someone to officiate the wedding. Since he said it's easy to get certified to do weddings, well, let me go ahead and get certified and make some coins on the side then, just officiating weddings. But yeah, maybe she went online and did it. I'm not sure, but I just found that a little odd. And then they went back downstairs after sharing. That was a sweet moment, though. I will say that they were crying and just saying how much they meant to each other. And then they had to break it up because Brooke Mama had them fell over in the chair for being so lit. The TV said you can't do it online. Okay. But yeah, they had to go check on mom because mom had partied herself out. Then we saw Brooke go shopping for a home with Kevin. Well, not with Kevin, but for her and Kevin. And Kevin stood her up saying that he was too busy. What does Kevin do for a living? I'm still not sure. We never really know what Brooks men do for a living. I didn't know what the ex husband did for a living. He was definitely giving drug dealer vibes. I can't say for sure, but that's what he was giving. This guy, I don't know. He seems like a nice guy, but he's always busy, always standing Brooke up. They did a couple flashbacks of her supposed to meet up with him. He ain't show up. He had old girl sitting out there eating like 7 turkey tacos by herself. He ain't show up to eat the tacos with her. So I don't know what this man does, but he seems to travel back and forth from LA to, I think he's from Boston, she said. So he's traveling back and forth, but I don't know what his business is. I definitely got to look into that. Pram, we're going to have to look into what does Kevin do for a living that he is so busy that he can't come eat tacos or look for a home or do anything for that matter. But Brooke got frustrated because he didn't show up, and she was saying she wants to come home to her significant other. She doesn't want to be like a housewife that never sees her husband, because he also offered that to her, to be a housewife, that she didn't have to work, he would fully take care of her. So he got to be doing something. Prim says she seems like she likes a dope boy. Yeah, I mean, because I was trying to see what was going to happen with her, because she went on a date, remember, a few episodes back with the not ex, but retired MLB player, and he gave her Chanel the first date, a beautiful pink Chanel. That's why I was like, okay, so what's going on with him? She totally bypassed him and went to this guy Kevin. I have no idea, but I definitely am interested in finding out what it is Kevin what is he doing that keeps him so busy, and traveling by coastal. What is he into? Does he have businesses? I'm definitely gonna have to look into that and let you guys know. After we saw that scene, because she ended up not looking at any more houses, she was kind of turned off for the fact that he wasn't there and felt like this was a major life decision that they should be doing together. So she kind of ended the house hunting that day. Brooke then met up with Brandy, and Brooke tells Brandy that she broke up with Kevin, that she broke up with him over the phone because he ain't show up that day neither, but she broke up with him over the phone. And she was saddened by it because she felt like they are a good fit, they are a good match, he's just too busy. And this is where I say it walks a fine line with me of, is Brandy being a good friend or being a hater? Is she projecting her own insecurities or issues within her own relationship? While I understand you saying, you know I think it was for the best that you guys slow down, and you get to know him. There's no need to rush. Some of the things she was saying in her confessional, like a shooting star lasted longer than this relationship, like that's not necessary if you're really her friend. And right, I do think there is some worry and some, projection of Brandy's own relationship. We already know that Brandy and her husband Jason was on Ayanna Fix My Life, and he admitted to cheating on her with over 300 women when she was only familiar with him or knew of him cheating on her with just 2 women. He went and said it was well over 300. Now, do we know that to be the right number? No, you probably got to times that by 2. We don't know, but I think that there is some precautions, or there's some cautions there because of her own relationship. I do feel like Brandy is a friend that you want to have, that isn't gonna just let you jump off the bridge. She is voicing her opinion, but again, I just feel like it's a way to go about it and just leaving the shade out of it. A few of you had some things to say in my comments. I'll go through some of them. Some of the things that you commented when I posted the episode highlight today, just asking, is Brandy anti, like, is she a good friend or a hater? So some of the comments were, Rosie39 said, when did they become so close? This friendship just doesn't seem genuine. I've always told my friends, if you like it, I love you. I have my own shit I'm dealing with, but I'm here if you need me. Yeah, I think I'm more of a, like, I'll voice my opinions type friend, but I'm only gonna do it one time. You grown, if you choose to do it, that I'm not gonna not be your friend. It's like, right, if you like it, I love it. Cool. I'm telling you this is what I see, but you gonna do what you wanna do. I'm gonna support you and ride with you either way. D Candy said, if they are good friends, they can speak freely and openly. I don't see her being a hater. Um, who else has something to say? Big Richie said, I think Brandy's sarcasm was unwarranted. I always tell people it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But Brooke cleared as usual. Yeah, I definitely think, and it's no need to just keep talking about it over and over and over again. If you've already voiced your opinion, let it go. Let her do her thing. And you figure out, right, why Jason is still in Texas, why you over here by yourself, flying back and forth. You know, if you are in a marriage. So I totally agree with some of the comments. Like, do I feel like she's a hater? No. More so voicing her opinion, maybe a little bit too much. And yes, I do think there is a sprinkle of her projection from her own relationship insecurities. And Brooke let her know that too. She said, I think that you ain't happy in your own relationship. And I do think Brooke had a point as well. Like, we all have our views on and rules and regulations on how we think a relationship should go, or what we would do or want for our own relationships. But Brooke said to Brandy, like, listen, that's how you feel. I don't necessarily have to feel that same way. I could do things how I want to do. And at that point, let it go. No need to keep going back and forth. Prim says she's miserable trying to recover, but not a hater. She miserable, but she's not hating. I get it, but yeah, right. Maybe focus on this cookbook that we've been hearing about for 3, 4, 5 seasons. The non-existent cookbook that she keep doing tastings for, that we still ain't seen not one page. Or maybe focus on the film that she was auditioning for or practicing with her ring light at home for with Jen. Maybe focus on those things and just let it go at this point. But Brooke definitely left that conversation feeling some type of way. Prim said, not the cookbook. Yeah, like, maybe focus on those things right now. Just let Brooke do her thing. But yeah, Brooke definitely left that conversation not feeling Brandy. Jackie met with Shawnee last night, which I was surprised to see. I really didn't think that she was gonna meet with Jackie again after what happened in the last whole. Well, she thanked herself for her services, but Jackie met with Shawnee. I wish Jackie could have this same conversation with the rest of the girls, because she let her know, like, she vented to someone that she trusted and thought was a friend, talking about Sunday, when she was upset, when she had a perception about the show. And I think that was around the promos of the last season, and feeling like, why she's not in the promos, what's going on. And instead of just calling Shawnee and talking to her about it, she vented to Sunday, who was her close friend for over 10 years, who decided to record her conversations of her being upset and talking shit, which we've all done with our girlfriends on the phone when we're upset. So I can't fault her there. But she apologized for it, and it seemed like her and Shawnee were able to move past that. And Jackie did say that she was going to try to talk to the rest of the girls. So, do I think at this point that Jackie is done with the show, or she thanked herself for her services? I do not. We do know that Jackie's going to be at the reunion. We also see I put it in my IG story for you guys a little bit earlier today, and I'll post it on my page before the next episode. But we do see they're getting ready to go on a girls trip. They're going to Mexico. We even see that Evelyn sits down with Jackie one on one. Like, girl, you supposed to be best friends with Brooke. What you doing going to meet with Jackie? But they seem to have squashed it, and Jackie shows up in Mexico for the girls trip that's coming up. So we'll see that in the next episode and how that goes, because it didn't look like Brooke, as we already know, was not happy to see Jackie, and it also seemed like she might be a little upset with Evelyn. Um, is it Am's Fine Saving said Jackie was trying to save her spot. You think that's why she met with Shawnee, just to save her spot? Maybe so. She want to keep her check coming in, honey. But I truly feel like, I ain't gonna say Jackie is the show, but I enjoy Jackie on the show. In all honesty, a lot of the conversation outside of Brooke and this relationship that she has, a lot of the conversation, the drama, the beef, the shady has been around Jackie. So I'm not going to say she the show, but is she a big portion of it? I do think so at this point. So they were able to squash that. That was good to see. We also, after that, we get to Giselle's wedding. And let me just show y'all Giselle's wedding pictures. Giselle married her fiance Tasha. They looked so in love. It was a great ceremony, just small. A lot of their family couldn't make it, just due to the travel. Tasha has her basketball season starting up, so they had to do it, quickly and get married. So I think Giselle looked beautiful. I wanted her to cover up those tattoos, though, because, it wasn't given very demure, very mindful, but she definitely looked good. I liked it. But yeah, they had their wedding, and we know Brooke officiated the wedding. And after they had the whole wedding ceremony, or right before the wedding ceremony, they all sat down, and I think Evelyn said, "Oh, we got 2 more weddings to get through." And they was like, "Well, who?" And Brooke. And Brandy, again, making a side comment that as a friend, I don't think was necessary. Like, oh, I ain't going down that road again. Oh, boy. Like, girl, just say, all right, cool. We got 2 more weddings to get through and move on from there. So as a friend, not really necessary for you to say that out loud. So Brooke moved along. She got up and went on about her business. But she officiated the wedding. And after the wedding, Jen asked Brandy, so what was that about earlier? Like you were saying, oh, I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. I ain't going down that road. Like, what was that about? And Brandy took it upon herself to let Jen know that the fairy tale is over. That's what she said. The fairy tale's over. They ain't together no more. It's basically everything that we said. Did y'all catch that, T? It seemed like Brandy was trying to insinuate that Jen may have been talking and feeling the same way, that Brooke was moving too fast. She just wasn't voicing it as loudly as Brandy was, because she was like, "Oh, you little bitch, what you mean?" So I did catch that, T. I clocked that it seems like I said, the group all feeling this way, but for whatever reason they're holding their tongue. Again, probably just want to be sensitive to Brooke's feelings, knowing she lost her daughter, just trying to be supportive of her decisions, instead of just keeping it 100 with her and telling her how she feel. But yeah, Brandy was basically just giving all the tea to Jen, and apparently Brooke had not told Jen any of this yet. So she was sitting there like, what? They're not getting married? They're not together no more? What happened? And when I tell you, Evelyn got up and beelined over to Brooke so fast, that's why I was saying, like, it feels a little high school in the sense of Evelyn is trying to kind of take Brooke from being friends with Brandy and keep it to herself. That's how it's coming off a little bit. But she went over there and told her, like, yeah, girl, she over there telling all your business, telling Jen everything you done told her. And Brooke was upset. I really thought that Brooke was going to go over there and tell her off right then and there. Even though it was at, Giselle's wedding, she did not do that, though. She ended up just saying goodbye and congratulations to Giselle and Tasha. And then she went on to say goodbye to the rest of the group. Um, she said she hugged Jen, she hugged Evelyn, and then when it came to Brandy, she was like, "We'll talk later." So immediately, Brandy was like, "Well, Evelyn, what did you say to her?" And Evelyn was saying, I ain't say nothing. I just told her y'all was over here talking about the situation. I ain't say nothing." No, ma'am, that's not what you did. You went over there and started a whole nother situation. That's what you did. You started a whole nother war. So that's how the episode ended. You know, we know that Brooke is upset with Brandy. She's probably going to confront her in upcoming episodes. Also, before Brooke left, they talked to Giselle about being that Giselle can't have a honeymoon because her now wife has to start her basketball season. That they would do a girls trip. So everyone is going on a girls trip. They're going to Mexico. You guys will see that in the sneak peek I give you. But they're going to Mexico. Before they go, again, it looks like Evelyn has a conversation with Jackie. They may have squashed their beef, and Jackie ends up on the trip. There's also a surprise guest that Jen seems to bring out on the trip at one of the dinners that they're having, like a sit down dinner, and she brings someone out. And I am curious to see who it is. I'm still hoping for it to be Sunday. I really am. Since she's the one that's behind the scenes starting all these issues and giving out all these voice recordings. I'm really hoping that it's Sunday. I don't think it was Shawnee because Jim was like holding the woman's hand and bringing her out. So we'll definitely see. You know, again, like I keep telling y'all, nobody's dating a basketball player except for Giselle with her wife who's in the WNBA, but nobody's actually dating a professional basketball player. Yet it's still giving some drama. It's still giving some tea. I am interested in this season. I think we only have about 1 or 2 episodes left. I'll confirm that for you guys before we get to the reunion and get a sneak peek of that rolling. But definitely, it is a good season so far. If you guys are watching it, let me know your thoughts. You can comment. If you're not watching, binge it. Go ahead and binge it and catch up so you know what we're talking about here on the Midday Tea Talks. But that is my recap right now for Basketball Wives LA. I will again give you sneak peeks of the upcoming episode when we get closer to next week. There's one in my IG story and FB story right now of the beginning of them going on the girls trip and the piece of Jackie sitting down with Evelyn, so you can see that right now. All right, guys. But make sure you come back and join me tomorrow for tomorrow's Midday Tea Talk. It'll be at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be covering tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop ATL, which I just gave you guys a sneak peek of the episode before this Midday Tea Talk. So check that out with Kurt confronting Jasmine about giving all her information, all the tea to Mama D. And Jasmine making him look like a fool, asking him what school his son go to, how old is his son, what grade he in, what's his teacher name. Kurt couldn't answer none of that shit, y'all. So I was like, ugh, giving money don't make you a good dad. So she made him look like a complete idiot. But make sure y'all go check out that sneak peek. And we'll also be covering tomorrow on Midday Tea Talk Real Housewives of Dubai, tonight's episode. So I have a sneak peek of the episode coming for you right after this Midday Tea Talk. So go check those out. And don't forget, we have the podcast episode every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to discuss all of the reality news, drama, rumors, and nastiness out there. So make sure you join me for that as well. We are always streaming live across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you can't watch live, you can go to my YouTube channel. Link is in the bio. All my Midday Tea Talks and podcast episodes are loaded on my YouTube channel. So please, link in bios. You can go to my YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Cash App is there in the corner for you to support, keep me growing, promoting, traveling to these different content reality TV show events. I appreciate all of the love and support. Join me again tomorrow for Midday Tea Talk on Love and Hip Hop ATL Real Housewives of Dubai. Now, before I end this Midday Tea Talk, as I always like to let you guys know and say, Reality TV stars are humans too. Don't forget that. I will see you guys tomorrow for Midday Tea Talk on Love and Hip Hop ATL and Real Housewives of Dubai. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.